Ciao ragazzi, my name is Anthony. This is Aqueel, bro. Stress free. No stress, all chill. Match day 35 and Aqueel, man. How good does it feel to know that there are 4 match days left in the season and ain't nobody really needs to care? I'm just going to pop myself up. I hope I don't lose the stream or anything, but check out my view for this match preview, bro. Does this look like someone who's stressed about the season to you? Does this look like someone who cares about the season to you? Nah. What for? What for, boys? Aqueel, how are you feeling, my brother? How are you feeling going into this one? So with Sampdoria coming up, bro, it's gonna be. Yeah, go on, bro. It's one of those games this weekend where I think I'll be paying more attention to the other games than our own one, bro. What about you?
Yeah, you know what? I'm so stress-free right now. I can simply watch this game with my eyes closed. I'm not worried about a thing. Absolutely. It's just going to be a breeze. And everybody's just enjoying. I think everybody's still feeling that the celebration mode is still kicking in. And going into this match, I think it's going to be like one of those games where we can just sit back and just not look at anything. And just sit back and relax and just let the boys do their thing. I think that's how the mood is going to be with Conte. I can probably think like all the players will have a pretty relaxing, easy, super easy game. I mean, win or lose doesn't matter at this point. So yeah, really happy, and I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, this is going to be a really quick match preview. I do expect the squad to be rotated for the first time in, Jesus, what feels like the entire season, to be honest. Conte, the type of manager to not change more than 1 or 2 players regularly. But I have a feeling we're going to see a lineup in this game with 4 or 5 players that we haven't seen in a while, just for them to get their minutes up. There might even be a couple of players in this squad that need to make a couple of appearances just so they reach that milestone of playing enough minutes to qualify for a Scudetto medal. So there's 11 people in the chat watching the video right now. Make sure you like the video. It helps us out a lot. And Aqueel, I'll go over to you first, man. Let's talk a little bit about Inter's lineup going into this game. Anybody that you'd change straight off the bat, knowing that this is our first game, knowing that we don't really need the points?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of news is coming out that Conte is going to rotate his players. There will be a lot of different starters for this game, and I don't blame him. I think this is the time to do it. This is the team to do it as well. So why not? If we can have Danilo D'Ambrosio start, Ranocchia come back into the lineup, give Gagliardini some time out, I think it'll be great. And going into the lineup, I think what we have predicted so far is Handanovic in the back is obviously going to be there. Danilo D'Ambrosio, Ranocchia, and back 3 for us. Midfield is going to be a little trickier for grabs. According to Sky, they're predicting Vecino, Gagliardini, and Ericsson in the midfield. So, interesting choice. Don't know if it's going to hold up, and don't know if Conte is going to go with that, but it could very well be. And I'm okay with this. Absolutely give Vecino a run out, see how he does. If he comes up with a good performance, it's going to be obviously a good point for us to sell him in the future if he's to be sold. Our wingbacks are going to be the regular suspect. Ashraf Hakimi is going to start on that right side. I do think Ashley Young is going to come in for this game, just because, he's been such a gentleman for us. He's been a great player, great asset for us for a couple seasons. So he should get a run out as well. Even, we've been hearing that he's going to be sold in this summer window. So it'll be a good time, good way to send him off, with the title and everything. And then up top, obviously, Lautaro is expected to start alongside Alexis Sanchez. So another great game for Alexis Sanchez to come in and, just kind of cement his position in the team and, get some minutes in, try to get a score.
Oh, you just cut out, G. All good. I heard what you said. There's a comment here from Indra Hari. Pinamonti and Ranocchia are going to play. Love to see Radu play. Yeah, I do think that the squad gets rotated very heavily in the next 2 games, Sampdoria and Roma, because if we know Conte and Marotta well, they're still going to want to beat Juventus on match day 37. We're still going to want to stick it to them in any way possible. So best believe the game against Juventus in 2 match days' time is a game where you're going to see Barella, Brozovic, Ericsson, Bastoni, De Vrij, Skriniar, Lukaku, Lautaro, everybody everybody is going to start that game against Juventus because, we've got that bad blood there. Another comment here, Brozo is too drunk to play against Sampdoria and Barella is already in holiday mode. Yeah, I remember seeing all the boys rock up to Appiano to celebrate for the first time, and Barella was just like a child in the street, like waving, kicking cars and stuff like that. It was freaking awesome, man. Did you see the celebrations, Aqueel?
I did, and I was so happy to see that. It was so good to see all the players, including Conte. The whole staff was there. President Zhang was there as well. They were popping bottles. It was a great sight to see. And going back to that comment, I think I think it's a good time to give Barella a rest. He's been that engine for us the entire season. He's played every single minute anywhere he could. It's a good time to give Lukaku a rest. He deserves it too. So yeah, rotation is in sight. I think the boys are still in that celebration mode, and yeah, man, I just can't wait for the season to be over so we can just wrap this whole season and put it on our back and go on with the title.
It's awesome because we had that celebration midweek, but I feel like there's going to be like a whole new party that restarts on Saturday for Sampdoria because it's the first game since we actually won the title, especially if we actually win. The scenes at the end of the game, it'll almost be like they haven't celebrated yet because let's face it, a lot of these players have been waiting for a long time to get their hands on something tangible like a league title. Mohammed, thanks for joining the chat, bro. In terms of my opinion for rotation, I actually think we see it really heavy. Pretty much what Jonathan's saying right here. Vecino in for Barella. I reckon Vecino or Gagliardini gets the nod for a start in this match. And to be honest, it's the first time all season. I could not care less. I'll be very happy to see some of these players get their minutes. And yeah, as I said, man, this isn't even the game I'm looking forward to most this weekend. It's that Milan-Juve game that's going to be absolutely fundamental to their season. And I can't wait to watch that as a neutral. We deserve it. To watch that as Campioni on the sideline, that'll be a good feeling, yeah?
Oh, 100%. Just knowing that, we have it wrapped up in the bag, so many games to go, and just to watch everybody else just kind of fight for their way into, whatever they're aiming for, can't obviously reach us. So it's a beautiful feeling. I think it's a feeling that, many of us have missed for so long, and to finally be able to feel it, incredible. I don't think it's going to be matched in any way.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not going to lie. I had a little bit of a late night, so I didn't do the whole, Sky Sports predicted lineups and the match graphics or anything like that. So we're just going to have to talk about our rival here, Sampdoria. Really big ups to Claudio Ranieri, man. They started the season a little bit shaky, and they've really cemented that mid-table position very well. They play really good looking football a lot of the time as well, and they just know how to grind out and get points. So it wouldn't surprise me if we have a really tough match, but I think it's going to be an enjoyable one to watch because Sampdoria know that they're locked in for mid-table. They know they can't make Europa League. They know they're no threat at all from finishing, in the relegation zone, obviously. So good for them and good for us. I do expect an open game. I expect Quagliarella to start for them because he was on the bench in the last game. And I expect Keita Balde and Candreva to make an appearance against us. But Aqueel, just in case people have forgotten or haven't realized, we've only lost 2 games this season, and one of them was to this Sampdoria side. This was the Sampdoria side that when they beat us 2-1, I think that was the game where all Inter fans thought this season, shit, not again. Please do not let this season collapse again.
That was the game, and it came at that time. It came in right in January, the time where tank.
Oh, I can't hear you, man. You just cut out, but I heard what you just said to end it off. But that's all right. Indra Hari says, by the way, this Damzad kid is a Metzala or a winger. I'm not too sure, but he's been playing really well for them, man. But I was listening to my friend Vito Doria talk about him on Culture Connection, I think it was. And we'll probably be getting him on Monday for a much better insight into Sampdoria. Presidente Steven Zhang is once again in the chat. Funniest alias ever. What do you think of Conte maybe going to Spurs? Would be a very bad decision. Can someone tell me in which universe why Antonio Conte would leave this project to go to frickin' Tottenham Hotspur, man? Like, can you not come up with a better rumor than that or a better club than that? What do you think of that rumor, bro?
Absolutely absurd. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. Conte's President Zhang is going to glue Conte to the bench for another couple of seasons at least. I know there was there was an interview that happened. I think Christian Eriksen said, he was obviously praising Conte and almost as a regular starter for Inter after January. And I think he got misquoted, or it was misinterpreted. Like in a way that he said, like, if Conte is staying next year, we don't know. It's up to the club or and the coach. I think it was a misinterpretation. I don't think Conte is going anywhere. I think it's just the media is just hyping it up, fueling the fire. He does not go anywhere, dude. There's no chance he leaves Inter.
The only noise that we hear at the moment are, Inter won the title, but they're already in crisis mode for next season. The best way the media does that, and to that, I'll just keep saying what I've said all week, guys. There's still 4 games left in your own season. I think you should all just finish your own season before worrying about us next season. We already know the objective is to keep this squad together. We already know that if Inter wants to be at this level next season, all we need to do is hang on to our most critical starters. There are a lot of news about us having to raise revenue in some way, shape, or form. And yes, it's true. We have a lot of assets on our team now. We have 2 strikers that just might fetch 100 million apiece. Romelu Lukaku would fetch 110 to 120. Lautaro would probably fetch 70 to 75 at the moment. It's ridiculous how inflated our assets have gotten in the last maybe 6 months. We could sell players and make shitloads of plus Valenza, man. So I am a little worried that one of those players will be sacrificed. In my opinion, if one of those players are going to go, my money on odds are on Christian Eriksen or Lautaro Martinez to be sacrificed. I really don't want that to happen, bro. I really don't want to break up this squad. So what do you think of the rumors, man? And if there was one big name, Aqueel, that you had to ship off for revenue, who would it be?
No, I think you're spot on with that assessment. And if any club comes knocking on the door with that kind of money, there's no way that we're not going to answer. Whether it's Ericsson, Lautaro, um, I hope we don't, because that is our core and we must stick it to it. Obviously, Lautaro is a huge part of that offense, so we must do everything in our power financially to keep him. Ericsson, however, if a good opportunity comes and if a good offer comes through, he can be assessed. Obviously we got him on the cheap, so business-wise, it'll be a decent decision. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he is sacrificed, given a good offer comes through.
If you had to sell one of Ericsson or Brozovic, who would it be?
That's a very tough one. That's a
Yo,
very tough
it's
one.
a tough question, eh?
Oh man, and it's ironic because I was thinking about it a couple of days ago, because I was like, you know what, they both can play that role, but you know what, I think Conte trusts Brozovic a little more than he does Ericsson. Um, because Brozovic has really made that position his, in the last season or two, and he's been doing it quite decently. He has his inconsistencies, but he does come up. He does show up, and he has that a little in that role. Um, so between them two, if I had to sacrifice one, unfortunately, it'll be Christian Eriksen. I mean, I'd hate it. I hate it. I wouldn't like it at all, but it had to be Christian Eriksen.
Yeah, 100%, man. With Stefano Sensi coming back into form and looking like he can play regular minutes, we may have to sacrifice one of them. But as a couple of us said a week or so ago, you can't bank on Stefano Sensi ever. Even if he was to put in 5 or 6 straight performances, how do you know he's not going to rock up to training and do something to his knee? Or how do you know he's not going to pull another muscle in his thigh and be out for another 6 to 8 weeks? We can't take that gamble next season. We are in a position where no matter how much everyone else likes to talk shit, that Juventus squad is going to be dismembered. They need to sell big time. They are so thin at the moment. They need to get rid of players and hope to God they can score a couple of good deals in the market. That Milan side is so void of creativity and talent, in my opinion. Aqueel, if they don't get top 4 this season, bro, next season is going to be a fucking, excuse my language, disaster for Milan. So I really think, as Inter's main objective, keep the core, keep the starters, free up the wage space by getting your Nainggolan, your João Mario, your Dalbert, your Ashley Young, your Kolarov, even your Arturo Vidal off the books. Right there in my head, that's probably about 15 million to 17 million worth in wages right there that we can free up, man.
No, absolutely. And, we will have to shrink our wages down because we have some needs to address. To be real, need at left wing back. So we need to address that. We have a need in midfield that we need to address. And these players, they're not going to come cheap, like you mentioned. The prices are so inflated right now. There's obviously a need of a goalkeeper. I hate to say it, but there's some that we need to look at that as well. So it'll be important for us to free up the space. And the players that you mentioned, yes, they need to be reassessed. There will be a lot of movement, a lot of selling, and I think it's already happening. It's already been planned. So yeah, if we can free up some space, find some good deals, I think it'll be a good. The important thing is to keep the core, build on it, build for another season, and obviously our goal will be to make another run for it, go deeper in the Champions League. So we're going to need some depth. We're going to need some quality. Obviously when you're playing in Europe, when you're playing, when you're at that level, the players like Gagliardini are not going to cut it. So we're going to need to add some serious quality to that midfield, to the team overall.
Yeah, and looking this season, like it's been an inconsistent season around Europe. You're going to have a lot of new champions. Like even Lille are probably going to win the French league. I've already looked at the Pot A for next season in the Champions League, and while it's good to be in Pot A, I don't know if you've noticed, Pot B looks like the toughest bloody Pot B I've ever seen in my life. They might as well flip Pot B and Pot A straight the gut, man. We're going to end up getting like a Madrid or a Barca or a PSG in our group, bro. I just know it. So you're right. We are going to need quality in depth for sure, man. Zed says, why are news reporters talking about if Conte stays? I'm getting tired of seeing that on Twitter. Bro, if you don't want to see negative news about Inter, unfortunately, you're going to have to take a hiatus from social media altogether, because we haven't even been champions for 3 days, and look at the backlash that the media has copped. At the end of the day, Agnelli couldn't buy this league, but he's still funding the media all around the country. Indra Hardy says, no complaint if next season there is no big spending, as long as we keep the core players and try to integrate the raw jewel the club have. Agumi, Pirola, Satriano, and Di Marco. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that Pirola could be a good backup for Bastoni. But yeah, we'll see what happens there, man, because we know how Conte is with his trust issues. But I think getting Federico Di Marco back as the second choice left wing back, I'll be all for that. There are 15 people in the video right now. Make sure you like it. Mohammed says Radu and Pinamonti not playing even after we won the title. We'll see, man. Who knows? We could see a lineup this weekend with Radu, Pinamonti, Vecino, Gagliardini, all these players, man. Ranocchia as well. So who knows? Who knows what it's going to be like? Well, sorry about that. Almost got disconnected. Universe says, champions, have a good day, guys. Thank you. You too. It is a good day to be champions, man. And once again, I can't wait to watch these games this weekend as a neutral, because I am so stress-free. Usually this time, Saturday mornings, where I'm starting to stress out about how little sleep I'm about to get in between now and Monday morning. No stress, Aqueel, man. No stress. Let's talk predictions, bro. Give us a little bit of detail. How do you think this game's going to go? Scoreline, goal scorers.
Yeah, prediction-wise, I think it's going to be a very open-ended. This season has been a long one. We're right in the middle. We're going to be here. It's going to be just an open game. But I do expect Inter to edge out a little bit. I think it'll be a 2-1 victory for Inter. I expect Lautaro Martinez to score, and I give the second goal to Ashraf Hakimi. He's going to go crazy on that right side once again, and he's going to get that score. And for Sampdoria, the goal can come from anywhere. I mean, they've been playing well as a unit, and especially when we have Danilo D'Ambrosio and Rockin back, I think we're going to be a little shaky in the beginning, but we'll still edge them out. 2-1 victory for me. What about you?
Fair enough. I like that prediction from Jonathan, to be honest. I reckon it's going to be an open game, and I actually thought 2-2 when I woke up this morning as well. I actually think Lukaku starts on the bench. I think Lautaro and Sanchez are going to start up top. There's going to be a goal for Alexis Sanchez, and I'm going to go with Hakimi as well. I think if we're playing an open game, Hakimi is going to absolutely run amok on that right-hand side. But it would not surprise me to see him benched for Darmian, to give Darmian some minutes as well. Mohammed says 3-0, an Ericsson goal as well. That would be fantastic to keep his confidence going. Indra Hari 3-2, Pinamonti, hat-trick, Keita and Candreva for Samp. Yeah, that sounds more like a Netflix episode than something that's actually going to happen in real life. But hey, man, never say never. And Biggie says 3-1. Yeah, to be honest, Aqueel, stress-free, chilled, relax. there's nothing more really to say. We'll just talk a little bit about the Milan and Juventus game before we finish off. How do you think that game's going to go, man? Because this one could really be the decider to see which one of those teams drops out of the top four for the rest of the season.
Your voice just cut off. I didn't catch the last bit.
All good, man. Predictions for Milan Juve.
Oh, you know what? I think I think you will get it. I think it's been a tough season. I hope it's a draw. But just to give both teams the benefit of the doubt. But I think you will edge them out.
Yeah, me too. I reckon they're actually going to pump them in that game. I reckon it's one of those games where Milan are going to look so bad. It's the straw that breaks their back for the rest of the season. And they almost go into crisis mode after this game, Aqueel, to be honest. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I've been predicting Milan to crash big time from last like 4 to 5 match days. And they did. They had a couple of bad games, and this is also gonna be one of those games that they're gonna look bad. Yeah, and I think you will crash them out.
100%. Guys, I told you it would be quick. I told you it would be stress-free. That's where Aqueel and I are going to leave you from probably the most calm and the most unorganized match preview of the season. But hey, we deserve it, bro. So congratulations to all of us still as fans. You all deserve it. Thank you very much, Aqueel from Los Angeles.
Anytime, my brother.
All goody goody. All right, guys, if you're still in the chat, like the video, share it, all that fancy shit. Forza Inter, and yeah, really enjoy the relaxing match day and the relaxing weekend. Ciao, ragazzi.